Welcome to Scrum Masters Elite_UK. Learn how to keep improving. Subscribe to the channel.
What has made me think deeply is how the team prepares for the future even when they are at the peak of their performance. After a year in which the team lost only 2 matches and won the Rugby Championship for the second consecutive time, many other teams might have felt satisfied with such achievements. However, through Kolisi's words, I clearly sensed the team's collective spirit of never being complacent. He described it as a good year, but immediately emphasized that the team still wants to improve further. I ask myself a very honest question: in my own life, when I achieve good results, do I truly continue striving to get better? Or do I, like many others, sometimes easily settle for small successes and stop there? Kolisi's honesty and humility made me realize that true success is not a destination, it is merely a milestone on a longer journey of growth. Another thing that impressed me greatly was that coach Erasmus called up 49 domestic players in Cape Town for the first training camp, among whom 11 had never represented the national team. This shows a very clear strategic vision to build squad depth, create opportunities for the new generation, and ensure that the team always has strong continuity.
Looking at this, I see an important lesson about how to build for the future. In many areas of society, we often focus only on those who are already successful, forgetting to train and prepare the next generation. But in elite sports, if preparation is neglected, even a single injury or a dip in form of a key player can create serious problems for the entire system. Kolisi also emphasized that the training camp is an opportunity for everyone to get to know and meet new faces. It may sound simple, but I think this is a detail worth reflecting on. In a team, cohesion does not happen naturally. It is built through shared training sessions, mutual respect, and the willingness of experienced players to pass on what they have learned throughout their careers. When Kolisi said that experienced players can impart their knowledge to younger players, I clearly felt the responsibility of the veterans. In sports, as in life, experience cannot be learned only from books or theory. It is formed through tense matches, painful defeats, and moments of glorious victory.
I believe this is one of the most beautiful values of sport, the connection between generations. Young players joining the national team not only learn how to play but also learn how to become part of a tradition larger than themselves. Another point in Kolisi's sharing made me reflect deeply. He said that even experienced players cannot be complacent because they know many people are striving to rise behind them. This is a realistic yet very positive perspective. In many cases, competition is often viewed as negative. But in a professional environment like elite sports, competition becomes a driving force for improvement. I sense that Kolisi does not see young players as a threat but as a new source of energy for the team. This reminds me of many other fields in society. If experienced people always fear being replaced, they tend to hoard knowledge for themselves. But if they see the new generation as part of collective development, they will willingly share, guide, and help younger people grow. I think this attitude is highly admirable and essential for any organization that wants sustainable growth.
Another aspect that made me feel very positive is the never be complacent mindset Kolisi mentioned. In sports, when a team becomes champion, it immediately becomes the target of every other team. Every opponent studies them, analyzes their strengths, and looks for ways to beat them. Kolisi understands this very well when he said that other teams are targeting them. But instead of worrying, the Springboks choose to continue raising their own standards. I feel this is a very powerful way of thinking. Instead of merely reacting to opponents, they proactively set higher standards for themselves. This is also an important lesson in life. If we only strive to match others, we will always be limited by their standards. But if we focus on raising our own standards, we create more opportunities for growth. I also appreciate how Kolisi said the team wants to maintain consistent performance. In sports, many teams can play very well for a short period but then decline.
Stability is the hardest thing to achieve. To maintain stability, one needs not only talent but also discipline, careful preparation, and a solid system. Looking at how Erasmus builds the squad with many new faces, I sense that he is trying to ensure long-term stability. I think this is also an important lesson for myself. Success is not only about achieving a major goal but also about maintaining good values over time. I have drawn several lessons for myself. First, never be complacent with what I have achieved. Second, always prepare for the future, even when things are going very well. And third, be willing to learn and share experiences with others. The success of a team does not come only from the talent of a few individuals but from collective spirit, long-term preparation, and shared values pursued by the entire team. I believe that when fans see the efforts behind the scenes, training camps, practice sessions, and strategic decisions, they will appreciate what happens on the field even more. In any field, from sports, education, science, to business, sustainable development always requires three elements: long-term vision, a continuous learning mindset, and collaboration between generations.
I feel these values are especially necessary in today's world, where everything changes very quickly. If we focus only on short-term success and neglect building a foundation for the future, we are very likely to face decline when challenges arise. Looking at how the Springboks are preparing for the 2026 international season, I see it as not just preparation for a series of matches, but preparation for the future of the entire team. Reflecting on this, I realize that each of us can learn the same lesson in our own lives. Always move forward, always learn, and always prepare for the next journey. Because, as in sports, the journey of human development never truly ends. It continuously opens up new goals, new challenges, and new opportunities for us to become better than the person we were yesterday.
Thank you for accompanying us. Keep moving forward, keep learning, and prepare for the future.